This is gonna be one of those videos that hits you in the gut, so maybe have some tissues ready. This is gonna be one of those videos where you wanna send it to a friend. So make sure you save it, for real. If you've ever felt like you're not a good enough Christian, like if you messed up, you lost your spot in God's heart. And as I got ready, I was like, what should I teach them? What advice do I have? I've been pastoring for 12 years. What do I know? And I landed on this idea that we shouldn't try to fix people. As soon as we become leaders or coaches or mentors or teachers, our default mode switches to fix it. And loves you and chose you in spite of you, not because of you, that sets you free to stop performing and start living. It gives you permission to be honest about who you are without fear of losing God's favor. We're here for you. And if you needed this reminder today, drop it in the comments or share this with someone else who feels like they read not enough. Let them know they're not alone. None of us are perfect, but we are perfectly loved. Make sure to subscribe, and come back next week. More real talk, more truth, more Jesus. Love y'all. Stay encouraged. It lets you experience true rest in knowing that you're not a failure. You're a work in progress. And that progress isn't defined by your circumstances. It's defined by your heart. Are you moving towards God? Are you chasing after his heart? Are you surrendering more and more of you? That's the measure of progress. Not how many times you fell, but how many times you got up. Not how many cracks are in your life, but how brightly you shine. See, God isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for surrendered ones. People who know they don't have it all figured out, but still say, here I am, God, use me anyway. People who fall 7 times, but get up 8. People who stop running away when they mess up and instead run to him. And it comes from a good place. We genuinely want to help people. I'm not good enough, holy enough, pure enough. I want to tell you this with everything in me. You're exactly the kind of person he wants to use. Because when it is clear that it's not our strength, when our weakness is obvious, then his power shines through the most. When we recognize that we're not perfect, we can stop pretending. We can lower our guard, take off our masks, and step into the freedom of being loved by a God who sees our struggles, knows our weaknesses, and accepts us anyway. It's in that acceptance, that crazy, undeserved, unconditional acceptance, that we find our true selves. It is in that freedom that we can finally exhale and let go of the burden of trying to be better. It's in that space that we can finally relax and be who God created us to be. It's not in perfection, it's in progress. It's not in rules, it's in relationship. It's not in works, it's in faith. It's not in hiding our mess, it's in embracing our humanity and letting God's grace cover us. But if we're not careful, we can lose sight of the fact that most people aren't broken. They're simply lost, and that requires a different approach. So here are 3 ways that I've learned to walk alongside people instead of trying to fix them. Some churches, some parents, some internet voices, they painted this image of a God who is watching you like a judge with a red pen, waiting for you to slip. When someone comes to you with a problem, resist the urge to jump to solutions. Instead, ask questions to help them figure it out on their own. Ask things like, what do you think you should do? How would you handle that? Our brains process things differently when we talk out loud. So by verbalizing their thoughts, they might see their own path forward. Plus, there's something incredibly empowering when you help someone come to their own conclusions. And because of that, we learn to hide our sin, fake perfection, and wear this mask that says, I'm fine. When it comes to actually putting plans into action, we can't do that for someone either. All we can do is offer suggestions. For example, hey, have you tried talking to them about it? Do you think that would work? Then when they tell you what they want to do, encourage them, support them. Be a sounding board. Don't just give them ideas and hope they stick. Help them test out new behaviors and watch what happens. And if they fail, Be ready to pick them back up and ask, hey, what did you learn from that? But inside, we're drowning in shame. Let me tell you the truth. Ultimately, our goal isn't to mold people into what we think they should be. It's to love them into becoming who they were created to be. That looks like accepting them for who they are, encouraging them to be who they dream of becoming, and helping them navigate the roadblocks that stand in their way. Bottom line, we're not fixing people. We're supporting them. God's not scared of your mess. He's not shocked by your failure. He's not pacing heaven with his arms crossed like, wow, I didn't see that coming. He already knew every struggle you have. He already saw every mistake, and he still chose you. He still calls you his, and his grace isn't weak. It's wild, powerful, stubborn, and deeper than any sin you could ever fall into. Think about this. Peter literally denied Jesus, looked him in the face and said, I don't know that man. And yet Jesus restored him, called him rock, and used him to help build the early church. David committed adultery, arranged a murder, got exposed, still called a man after God's own heart. Paul used to persecute Christians and got radically transformed. And God used him to write half the New Testament. If those guys weren't too perfect and God still used them, why do we think we have to have it all together? Here's what I've learned. God isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for surrendered ones. People who know they don't have it all figured out but still say, here I am, God, use me anyway. People who fall 7 times but get up 8. People who stop running away when they mess up and instead run to him. So if you're sitting there thinking, I can't be used by God, I've messed up too much, I'm not good enough, holy enough, pure enough, I want to tell you this with everything in me. You're exactly the kind of person he wants to use. Because when it is clear that it is not our strength, when our weakness is obvious, then his power shines through the most. Like you mess up too much, fall too often, or just don't to live up to what you think a believer should be, I need you to hear this. I used to carry that exact weight, heavy, constant, like I was walking around wearing a badge that said, almost Christian, but not quite. Let me tell you what happened. A few years ago, I was in a season of secretly struggling. I'd go to church on Sunday, raise my hands, smile at people, and then go home and fall into the same sin patterns I swore I'd be done with. And every time I messed up, I felt like God was disappointed in me. Like he was keeping a scorecard and I was failing. So I kept trying to earn my way back. More prayer, more fasting, more guilt, more performing. One night I was crying in my room, Bible open but heart closed. I told God, I'm sorry, I'm trying. I'm just not good at this, and I expected silence. But instead, I landed on Romans 5:08. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That hit me so hard. Like, wait, while I was still messing up, while I was still in the middle of it, that's when he chose to love me most. That verse completely broke my pride and healed a part of me that thought I had to perform for grace. That was the night I realized something life-changing. Being a Christian doesn't mean being perfect. It means being in process. God doesn't expect perfection from us. If he did, Jesus would have never needed to die. The whole point of the cross was because we can't do it all right. That's what grace is for. It's not a license to live sloppy, but it is the safety net that catches us when we do. This is one of those videos where you want to play it loud, put it on your speakers, let all of creation hear this message. It's an incredible word. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. These videos take a lot of work, a lot of time, energy, money, resources. So if you would like to partner with us, there's a link below. Let's get into it. Hey family, let's talk. See, I think a lot of us grew up with the wrong idea of Christianity. Like it was a test we had to pass. A couple years ago, I was asked to speak at a conference full of pastors. Number 1, stop giving advice and start asking questions. Number 2, stop telling them what they should do and start asking if they want to try new things. Number 3, stop trying to change them and start loving them. See, the moment you realize that God isn't a scorekeeper, that He doesn't keep tabs on your mistakes, that He isn't waiting to be let down, that He already knows you. So if you're sitting there thinking, I can't be used by God, I've messed up too much. If you're struggling, know that you're not alone. Reach out to someone you trust. Let someone know. You don't have to carry this alone.